The role of the civil society organizations is growing with the increasing need for additional parties to be involved in development tasks and programs, especially to complete deficiencies of states, their systems, and resources in meeting the economic, social, and cultural needs of citizens. Whereas these needs are of their rights and meeting them is necessary to guarantee human security and social stability, it was necessary to expand the space for civil society organizations to become partners in the development process to take advantage of their human and material resources. Therefore, the Redom charitable organization came as one of the civil society organizations to contribute to pushing the development process as a national organization. This organization works on coordination, skills, and innovation to unify efforts within the framework of humanitarian work to serve the community. The organization was named after the region, which means that the organization works only during the seasons, because the region is known to practice drug cultivation, and we meant that name. One of the organization's main goals is to work to combating drugs by finding alternative means to production and spread community peace in the region, fight harmful customs, raise the standard of living, and find means to earn a living. The organization was established in 2003 in accordance with the Sudanese Voluntary Work Law as one of the founding organizations of the Darfur Voluntary Organizations Network for Peace and Development, the Sudanese Network of Organizations Shumuz, and the Union of Sudanese Organizations SCOVA. It is one of the organizations that was established after the crisis occurred in Darfur in 2003. After this year, many organizations have emerged that aim to address the roots of the problem in Darfur and the nature of the problem itself, which is the conflict between the shepherds and the farmers. A Redom charitable society began to address through its implemented projects in South Darfur, Khartoum, and many states, started to address this crisis as the biggest problem in the Sudan, which has been troubling the Sudanese community. The organization completed its integrated vision under the slogan, "A pioneer for a unified, secure, stable, and developed Sudanese society." Thus, organizations conduct all their projects according to these principles that they have planned, followed since their establishment until now. The organization has been providing great charitable and important projects for the people of Darfur, who have been held up by the current devastation from the right of development and normal growth under more complex circumstances. Fish farming project in Lake Kindi, Boram State, South Darfur, in Redom locality in front of Tuarat area. Fish farming projects have gained special significance in recent years, enjoyed wide popularity and distinct due to its commercial and consumer properties. Scientific experiment and feasibility studies have proven that this type of investment has economic advantages that guarantee its continuity and success due to the good returns that can be achieved as the organization contributed to the Redom locality in this project, which aims to raise the living standard of fishermen by providing the tilapia fish in lakes, in addition to increasing the size of catfish by feeding them from tilapia. It also aims to purify water to make it healthy for the animals This project was funded by the International Organization for Migration. Each project designed incorporates a range of possible solutions that makes the shepherd and the farmer live in one place, have good relations, and benefit from each other. Rice cultivation project in a Redom locality, South Darfur State. Rice is of great importance among food crops in the world. It occupies the main place in feeding half of the world's population in the southern east regions, Asia. Rice is one of the integrated foodstuffs because it contains multiple nutrients that are essential for the body. The project aims to settle the cultivation of windy rice in the state of South Kordofan, where 179 fadans were cultivated for farmers in Redom, training them on rice technology with the provision of flakes for bleaching rice in the Fag area. This project is funded by the International Organization for Migration. Project to provide feed factories in Bram and Redom through the modern technologies rich by the science of animal and bird nutrition in the production of feed methods of increasing the sufficiency of the produced feed. 2 feed factories were installed in Kindi area and Redom city, South Darfur state. This to provide fodder for animals in the summer period. The project is funded by the International Organization for Migration. Youth Stability Project. 6 youth associations have been formed in Redom locality, and they have 6 production projects, which are cafeterias and tankers to transport drinking water, trolleys, greenhouses, and production aids. In addition to training them in the manufacture of pastries, this project, funded by the International Organization for Migration. Projects in beekeeping have been implemented through 300 citizens, 150 men and 150 women, including youth. And within the framework of the project, they are chosen based on the profession and desire of the people of the Redom locality. The traditional beekeeping improvement project. 900 beekeepers trained in beekeeping improvement and marketing and packaging, also given equipment and boxes and protective clothing. The project aims to utilize citizens of both sexes. They have been trained and holding them together with equipment to enable them to extract honey in a good and clean way to keep pace with global markets. The provision of chimneys in the forest sector is one of the bonus effects that were used in the past to extract honey. This project is funded by the International Organization for Migration and Zakat Chamber in South Darfur. We also designed all projects taking into account the aspect that preserve the environment. For example, beekeeping improvement projects and bee work in the Redom region. The work of bees in Redom is very old, but people used to work it in an exploitative manners. They find bees, breed in the trees, and extract honey. They cut down the trees and lit the fire for fear of bees' stings, thus causing mass destruction on the area from which honey is extracted, and fire occurs in a large forest sector and trees are unfairly cut. So we trained citizens on how to extract honey smoothly. We brought extraction devices and protective clothing and training them in packaging and marketing. We worked broadly with our partners in the FAO and the International Migration Organization to vaccinate the entering cattle in the summer season in areas of Central Africa, South Sudan, because they may carry diseases from Sudan to the areas they go to. And in the months of June or sprinkle season, they retain with diseases that were not present in Sudan. They came from South Sudan and Central Africa, so they were vaccinated. Last year, we vaccinated more than 200,000 head. Treating and vaccination is a method of combating diseases and tsetse fly. The project of vaccinating and treating 200,000 livestock in Radom locality, funded by Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. The vaccination and treatment of 22,000 cattle, funded by the International Organization for Migration. This is an important project for shepherds and farmers, especially with high rates of some diseases which may be the greatest threat to life of the cattle and on which the farmer depends for his livelihood. Distribution of winter seedlings to those affected by the flooding of Mblasha River. The organization presented this project with the support of FAO, an international organization for migration. Distributing 200 tons of fodder and 2,000 pieces of licking stones to livestock owners and breeders in the Radom locality with the support of FAO. Training farmers and livestock owners in agriculture guidance and fodder industry and the optimal use of natural resources with the support of the FAO. We have partners with Carter Center. We work in river blindness. The region is infested and there river blindness and tsetse fly with the presence of southern refugees in Radom camp. The disease for sure will increase in 2020. We intensified efforts with Carter Center and we formed the Council of Peace and Health and introduced peace program to help health teams which offer medical services and provide medicine at Radom area and solve the problems faced the medical team. The Radom Charitable Organization conducted 2 workshops in Niala and Radom in organizing the Peace and Health Committee in the context of combating river blindness in the Radom locality in partnership with the Center of Carter. Solid soap industry project in South Darfur state. Women in Darfur suffer from war and poverty. Therefore, the organization presented this project believing in the important role of rural women, as the project aims to raise the standard of living for women by training them on making solid soap and owning them to factories and raw materials with the support of the International Organization for Migration. Cheese Industry Project in Bram locality. The project aims to raise the standard of living for women through training them to make cheese and owning them to factories in the city of Bram and Balila. They are areas in the suburb of Bram with the support of the Organization for Migration. Project to build primary health care center in Al Fifi village, South Darfur State, with the support of the UNAMID. Keeping up with the stage the country is going through and the political and social side, the Social Peace Project is designed to include components of society and the different ethnicities and existing cultures, and the native administration participated in it with work, and also the sheikhs. An exhibition of different ethnicities and existing cultures is presented and a number of workshops conducted. Training of youth, women, and community leaders on how to coexist peacefully and rule between them so that peace prevails throughout the country, and so on. Laying Hens Breeding Project in Bram City. It aims to raise the standard of living of women in the countryside through their involvement in the raising poultry and giving laying hens and breeding batteries, and that's funded by the International Organization for Migration. Redom charitable organization, it aspires and believes in its role in supporting Darfurian people and improving their lives as a strategic goal and an urgent necessity to mitigate the effects of poverty and war.